But the scene was different now. Our church, like so many others, was struggling through the effects of a global pandemic. Our city and country had experienced tumultuous days of elections, protests, and riots. Tension over politics and race was causing deep divisions, leaving torn and tattered families and churches in its wake. I was still preaching about what it means to follow Jesus, but this time, I wasn't receiving accolades. Instead, my character was being attacked, my name was being slandered, my love for God and devotion to His Word were being questioned, and our church was being sued as part of an effort by a few people to oust our pastors, including me. I was weary and at the end of my rope. Harry knew all this. He'd heard the rumors and seen the headlines. And after many conversations with pastors in similar situations around the country, he also knew our church family wasn't alone. "You've had a good reputation, with a comfortable job and a large church," he said. "Are you willing to risk it all for this?" Silence sat at our table for a moment. Harry looked to the side and began telling a story about a pastor friend of his who, many years before, walked through significant challenges in his church. Many in his congregation had accused him of being too this or not enough that, and eventually the pastor made a fateful decision. In Harry's words, he decided that the applause of people was more important to him than faithfulness to God. So the pastor changed course. To avert criticism, he gave in. He bent over backward to appease people, protect his reputation, and keep his position in the church. And it worked, Harry said. The pastor was able to stay, and the people were pleased. But in the end, Harry continued, he lost something irreplaceable from his ministry, and more importantly, his life. Deep down, he knew he wasn't willing to pay the price that conviction requires. Harry fixed his gaze on me and said gently, "Press on, and don't hold back." After a pause, he asked if he could pray for me. "I would appreciate that," I said quietly. We bowed our heads as Harry prayed for courage to press on, for grace to love the church and lead people to Jesus, and for God's help in it all. I'm writing this book because I don't believe Harry's words were just for me. I know I'm not alone when it comes to discouragement, frustration, and weariness as a follower of Jesus during these days. From my point of view, at the epicenter of my country, I see carnage on all sides among Christians. Individuals who've experienced spiritual, emotional, relational, and even physical hurt in the church. Families strained and friends no longer on speaking terms. Elder boards split into enemy camps. Denominations being hijacked by one heated faction or another. Longtime church members walking away in disgust. Many Christians distancing themselves from the church, and scores of young adults, college students, and teenagers disengaging from the church altogether. And so much of this, mind you, has so little to do with the message of Jesus or God's saving grace for our world. The effects in the church have been devastating. I know and hear from so many Christians who feel disillusioned or damaged by the church. Many are experiencing doubts about the church, and in some cases about Jesus himself. In my darker moments, I am one of those Christians. Each of our journeys to this moment is unique, yet we find ourselves together in a historic struggle that is social, political, spiritual, and personal, all at the same time. We've been turned off by the politics of the church or turned away by a lack of compassion in the church. We've witnessed scandals among church leaders or even endured sexual abuse by them. We've watched the preservation of long-standing institutions